Go. More Karen Burger King stories.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this happened like 2 weeks ago. There was this guy that came through, and he was like, "Oh, you guys made my sandwich like 3 weeks ago, and it wasn't up to my liking, and I wasn't working because 2 weeks ago was my first shift back after taking a little break because I had to study for school. I had like finals coming up and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I was given a break because almost all of the people who work at that Burger King are in school, so they know like schedules and that. So they give hours to people who don't have school and finals and that, and then they give less hours to the people who have finals because pretty much everybody's finals is on like the same schedule. Like everybody has finals around the same time. So I go back. This was like my first hour back, and I'm still a little slow because I'm still getting back the gist of taking orders and punching it in to. But so he's getting mad at me because I had to confirm his order with him again because I just wanted to confirm because my manager was talking to me and I had somebody in the window, and so he's complaining about a sandwich that was made like 3 weeks ago, and I go, okay. My manager is right behind me because she was helping me, so she goes, well, sir, you should have came back when made, and we could have given you a refund or again. And he's like, no. And then he shows us a receipt, like a crumpled receipt from weeks ago, and he's like, I want it made now for free. And she goes, sir, I can't do that because this was 3 weeks ago. I can't help you now. He goes, too bad. You're gonna help me because last time I came here, you poorly made it, and I want a new sandwich now. She goes, sir, that's not how. Should have came back when it was poorly made, so I would have. Then, as of right now, I can't help you. And he goes, isn't it your job to go for my needs? Like, aren't you as a fast food worker supposed to help me with what I want?
I hate those types of people. They're like the scumbag of like society, dude.
And she goes, well, yes, but as you paid me 3 weeks ago for a sandwich that you ordered 3 weeks ago, I can't give you that now because you ordered it 3 weeks ago. Had you come back 3 weeks ago, I would have remade it, and I would have given it free as long as well as the other one. And he goes, too bad. I want a new one now. And I go, and she goes, okay. She punches it, and she goes, okay, that'll be $13.99 because he had it in a meal, and he's like, I want a meal as well because he had his meal, and then he had like he was paying for a meal, and then he's like, I also want this burger on the side, like remade. So she punches it in along with his other meal, and she's like, okay, so $13.99. Like, no, you said before that it was $6.99, so I'm gonna pay $6.99. You're gonna make my second burger. And she's like, okay. She takes it off the order. She's like, $6.99, and he's like, okay. And I'm expecting my other burger, right? Nope. And he goes, I don't think your manager is gonna be too happy with this. And she goes, I am the manager, and my sister-in-law is married to the owner of this establishment.
Oh,
so
shit.
you can complain all you want. I don't care. And the guy goes, I'm never coming back. And she goes, good. And then she just closes the window.
Damn.
And because every time somebody's complaining, we have cars behind. So our drive-through time is going up and up and up. And so he left. He never came back, as of what I know. And that was that. And people who do that, I swear, man, because I'm just trying to my job, go home, do my...
Yeah, ain't nobody want to hear that bullshit, you know what I mean?
And it's the worst part too when I wasn't working that day and I have no idea what's going on, and so I'm trying my best to help the guy, and he's just like mad over nothing.
Totally forgot about you guys. I'm sorry.
Have you ever had a fight? Like
what do you mean?
Like an all physical fight? Like somebody like throwing something or fucking throwing hands with the workers or some shit?
Ooh.
Only against my manager.
Do tell.
There was this guy that came through, and I punched his order in wrong because when I'm working, it's usually only me in the drive-thru, and then there's like 4 people in the kitchen, and then there's one person who's bagging everything, right? So when this is happening, I have to deal with the cash, the people who's paying, and then the people who's ordering at the same time. So I got one person ordering in my right ear, and I got somebody speaking in my left. So I'm listening to these people. I'm trying my best to get their orders right? And so that's why I always confirm with the person while they're ordering. And so the one time I didn't do it, I was talking to a different customer because you know, when you get nuggets, you get nugget sauce. So I have to ask them sauce nuggets, and then there will be times where they're like, what sauces do you have? And so this one couple where I hate it the most when there's a guy driving and then the woman is ordering because you can't hear. So the you got melted. What
Let
the
me see
hell?
what he shot me with.
He shot you with a
Longbow.
longbow.
It was a longbow and a sentinel too.
So
Holy shit! All right.
I can barely hear them. They have an accent. I can't tell what they're saying. And so I'm trying my best to repeat to order them, and they're like, no. And I say it again. I can barely hear them. I'm trying to make out what they're saying. I say it again, and they're like, no. And so they just drive forward. I finish helping the guy. I give him his sauce. I give him all that. Second is Uber. I give the Uber his bags, and then it's a Skip. I give Skip his bags and his drinks, and then comes the lady. And so I call for some help because there was another order in my ear, and I was like, can I get some help? This lady's complaining. So my manager comes, the one that is related to the person who owns the establishment, and so she comes and she's talking to this lady, and she's like, whoever's taking our orders has to be stupid or deaf. And it's this lady who's screaming in the passenger, right? And so I go, hang on, and I go, ma'am, I can barely hear you. You're not talking loud enough. And I go, I'm trying my best to confirm your order with you. And she goes, no, you're stupid. You are clinically stupid. And I go, okay, I can't. I go, can you just handle this, please? I'm gonna take this order. So she's handling it, and she's like, and the lady's like, what is your hiring standards? Like, you're hiring this stupid kid. And the manager goes, ma'am, there's like 6 of us on the mic, and none of us can understand what you're saying. And so my manager is Filipino, and the lady's also Filipino. And you can tell that it's bad when my manager, who's Filipino, can't even understand what the Filipino lady is saying.
Damn.
And so they start yelling at each other in Filipino. And so I'm just sitting there like, okay. And so this lady has like a drink in her cup holder. She grabs it and she just throws it at the window.
Oh.
It was empty, but it like, you know, it didn't really do anything because it was empty. But I don't know like what point she was trying to get across, but she did it. And so, my manager grabs some, like, cups. We got... What? And so she's grabbing these cups, and she just starts throwing them at him. Yeah, because the guy's driving, so he throws it at him. And so, the guy just storms off, and you can hear... Because we still had our window open, you can hear the guy just yelling at her. Like, I don't know if it was either at my manager or if it was at his girlfriend or wife or whatever it was. He was just yelling. You could hear it. Like, he was mad.
Man just wanted
And
some
so
chicken nuggets.
That happened, and then my manager is like, and then she goes back to doing her thing, and then I was like, okay, welcome to Burger King. Take your order.
Welcome to Burger King.
Burger King.
And then I think my least favorite kind of people are the people who are like, why don't you guys have special deals of the day? It's like
Because it's not the day.
And I go, well, I don't really know how to help with that because I don't make the deals. That's up to my manager and the actual store owner. And he's like, no, you should be making deals of the day. And I said, okay, well, here is site. You can ask for a deal of the day there. And then they're like, no, you should be able to make a deal of the day every day. And I go, sir, this is a fast food restaurant. This isn't like, don't dine in, you know, because COVID, you can't dine in. And even then, why would you want to dine in at a Burger King?
Yeah. They don't have citizens who, like, bitch and complain about, like, being, oh my god.
You wanna go grab it?
Yeah, I'll go get it.
Have you guys ever had a fight with another restaurant?
Like a Ronald McDonald comes around and tries to beat somebody's ass.
We're neighbors to an Arby's.
Arby's.
So lots of people.
Oh, you guys win automatically.
Hey,
A lot of
hey,
people
Arby's,
think
is,
we're
Arby's
Arby's.
is pretty good.
The Arby's is pretty good.
Okay.
But like, there's this
I
one
can't say
time
anything.
where a Skip driver was trying to go to Arby's, and we're literal next door neighbors. Like, we're across the street, and he's trying to show us that this is the restaurant that he's supposed to go to. It's our address. Or, well, it's not our address, it's next to ours. And so he's trying to show that. And so he's like, he's getting mad because he's showing us that, look, this is the address. And my manager is like, yes, that's next door, that is Arby's. And he's like, no. And he shows, and he's like tapping his screen. And he's like, you see? Address. Types into the maps. Look, it is your address. And my manager goes, no, that is next door. He looks at his phone. Oh.
Fucking
just
dumb
drives away.
motherfucker.
He's how your manager's like, sorry, can you look? Shit!
Oh, I see them. Don't worry, I hit them for
Holy
0.
shit, dude.
I'm going the other way.
Dude!
Stop shit block.
Holy shit. Apex Legends. Oh my god.
That means you're not. Alright, Lassie, you ready to go TTV mode?
Nope,
Fuck!
I don't think you are either.
You know, I'm gonna take a lesson from you guys. Whenever there's just like gunshots, I'm gonna run away. And then
What
I'm
are you
gonna
doing? They
press
still
that.
shoot you. No, dude, you do run away. They still shoot you.
Yeah, but you happen to escape every single situation, no matter what, anyways.